Welcome to the Balking Dead, and I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets. I ain't been fired yet, and I brought the fucking crew with me today. I got C-Mac with the pack, and Noli motherfucking knows. He may know something. So, how you guys doing
Hell
today?
yeah.
One at a time. C-Mac, how are you, my guy?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm glad. Thanks for inviting me on. I always love breaking these down. Uh,
How's baseball
every
today?
day. It's baseball. Baseball's been good all week. It's very good so far this morning. So yeah, let's just keep it rolling on the Sunday night game.
I know you on the Detroit game, Noli. So, how's your morning and how's baseball?
Oh man, it's been a great morning. Baseball is always great for me, whether I win or lose. I enjoy it. Real excited to be here to talk some props, talk some baseball with you guys. Always a pleasure to be on with Pub Sports.
So let's get this real quick recap in, and we'll get to this ESPN Sunday night primetime game. Yesterday we fucking murked it, guys. We went 3 for 4 betting props. The only prop we lost was El Tuve. He was the bum of the group, guys. Noli did jump in, gave us the Jose Ramirez over 1.5. He cashed us at the first at bat. Who else cashed first at bat? Mookie fucking Betts again cashes for the show. He's just
Beast.
a monster. He
Beast.
put money in our pockets.
Shout out
And
to Mookie
then
Betts.
Mike Trout, guys. I was looking at his 2+ bases. I did play it, but then the guy below me is like, his hit is minus 157. If they're fucking trapping me, it's a trap. And we bet the fucking hit, and it was he was a hit off a cycle, guys. He was a triple off the cycle last night. So minus 157 was easy money on that. Then we get in the prize picks. I think I went 2 for 3, guys. I call that a bad beat with Beaver, guys. He went 8 innings. He could have went out one more, but 5 strikeouts in 8 innings. He was definitely pitching the contact, so tough titties on that one. I lost it on prize picks and a solo bet. Kikuchi, guys, definitely hit the under on him yesterday. He didn't go more than 5 innings. I expected the Angels to get to him. They got to him enough to where we cashed our fantasy score. And like we said, Mookie Betts, he's just a fucking monster. He cashes it on the first at bat with a home run. So, enough of fucking yesterday. Let's get into today. We got the chat in there. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. 13 live, 12 likes. That's more live than we normally got. So hit the share, hit the retweet, jump in, and let's get to some fucking money. Phillies at Mets, guys. First 5 is at a Philly minus 125, and the Mets are a minus 105. Under over is a 3 juice to the 3.5 juice to the under. Full game is a Mets minus 115 to a Phillies minus 105, and juice to the under 7.5 minus 115. 74 degrees with 6.7 miles per hour blowing out, thanks to the guy below me, because I don't really search that shit. But we got fucking 2 good pitchers, Zach Wheeler and Chris Bassett. Zach Wheeler's 3-3 with a 3.5 ERA, 5 straight games with 3 earned runs or less. Since his velocities came back up to 97, he's been the pitcher of last year, guys. His swing and miss rate has gone up, and he's looked like the old guy. He's played the Mets this year, guys, or 5 times last year, 3-1 with a 2.10 ERA, going 6+ innings, 4 out of 5 times versus the Mets. This year, the Mets, over the last 15 days, are walking 7.5%. They're not striking out 19.1, and they're fucking smashing the ball. 294 average, 803 OPS, and an isolated power of 164. They've got Wheeler's K prop at 7+ at plus 120, and on price picks, they have it at a 6 at a minus 209. His fantasy score is at 36.5. Then we're going to get into the other side. Chris Bassett, 4-2 with a 3.91 ERA and 9 starts. He's coming off back-to-back bad starts for his top 10 right-hand hitting teams. Now he gets the Phillies, who he just pitched versus on May 8th. He went 5.2 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned runs. He's a half run better on the road, and he is at home today, guys. But the worrisome thing that I picked out was he has a day ERA of 3 and a night ERA of 4.3. So he's a run and a half worse at night. So that's my little pick part right there. Then you get into his how are the fucking Phillies the last 15 days? 7.5 walk percentage, 24 strikeout percentage, 237 average. Their 15 days match exactly to their month-long days, guys. So 641 OPS and an isolated power of 101. Pretty much middle of the pack, guys. Nothing fucking home to write home about. So Phillies bats just ain't been there versus right-handed pitching the last few weeks. Then we get into K-prop first. Chris Bassett's K-prop is 6+ at +110. And on Prize Picks, it's at 5 straight at a -239. Fantasy scores at a 32.5 for him. Bullpens, big fucking difference. Mets have a 3.5 ERA, 12th in the league, where the Phillies have a 4.2. 420, not the fucking 420 you want to be involved in. So no run first inning here is -150. And there's the breakdown of the pitchers. Noli, what the fuck are you looking at on this game?
Man, damn, the baby just took all my stuff.
Well then, C-Mac, what are you looking at on this game where Noli gets the stuff from the baby?
Well, I've been on this. We got to talk about Sunday Night Baseball. The under's just, money. And as Noli goes, he's got to get back here in a minute. I'm sure he'll talk about it. Yeah, the baseball just, I don't know, doesn't go these primetime games. I've been on the over 8.5 the last 2 days. I don't love here. You talked about Bassett. He got ripped his last start against the Giants. Even the start before that, he gave up 4. Hold on. I had this pulled up. I was going to
So I said his last 2 starts, he's been bad. But both those teams are top 10 hitting teams versus righties.
That's true. But they're obviously think he's going to have a good start today. And I think he does as well. Wheeler's been good. He's been good against the Mets. Some of these Mets have good numbers against them. I'll get to the player props later after we break this down. Just finish the game. I've been rolling with the Mets. I just don't bet the Phillies that often. I get maybe the Phillies at this price today with Wheeler. You'd want to take them. And I kind of do. I just struggle with betting teams that are horrible defensively, have horrible bullpens. I mean, you have to go first 5 here with the Phillies. In my I don't want to mess around by taking this horrible pen, their horrible defense. So if you like the Phillies, take them early. You think Wheeler's going to deal, take them early. That's what I think here. So
saying that same thing though, Connor. They got the Phillies favored first 5, but yet the Mets favored full game. So they're saying the same thing. There's a big drastic difference in bullpens.
Oh yeah, and they know it. I mean, that's why check these lines every day. There's such a difference. From first 5 to full game, whether each side you're on, that I see. So I'm going to stay off the side and the total. As much as I'd like to jump the way these teams have been hitting and they got a bad pin, the 7.5 seems low. But Sunday Night Baseball has proved to me, and I love unders. I'm on 3 or 4 already this morning. I love Sunday unders. So I'm not going to touch the game, the total, and I'm not going to touch the side either. So tell me, Noli, you're on the side or the total here. Tell me you're on the under.
Hard not to like it. I mean, we got two really good pitchers here. 2 pitchers that, their numbers, their advanced metrics, all going to indicate that there's some solid pitchers. Zach Wheeler started off the season a little bit shaky, but here in this month, he has been lights out, putting up really good numbers. And you look at his numbers last year against these very Mets, in 125 at-bats, only gave up a .216 batting average, only 4 doubles, and 0 home runs. So the guys pitched extremely well against these Mets. And like Sharpie said, going 6+ in almost all the games, almost all but 2, it was 7 innings. 1 game it was 6, and the other one was like 5 1/3. But never given up more than 4 runs. That's the most he's ever given up against this team. And so a guy that has been successful and looks like he's dealing right now. A guy that likes to pitch well in the month of May and into June, something that you've seen over his career. He had about a 2 ERA last May. In June, he was sub-2 ERA. So I expect him to continue to roll and able to give a good outing in 6-7 innings like he typically does. A guy can go into 110 pitches, no problem. Bassett on the other side, a guy that's a little bit different, a guy that relies on an extreme amount of pitches. He got 6-7 pitches, really uses 5 of them, but a guy that's very crafty, one of the top in average exit velocity. The hard hit rate is very low against him, something that you love to see. And when you look at his numbers overall, he's got a 3.91 ERA with a 1.21 whip, but he's had 2 bad starts. 2 bad starts against the San Francisco Giants where he gave up 8 runs and then he gave up 4 runs. But we take those 2 games out of the equation. He's got a 2.11 ERA and a 1.03 RIP versus everyone else, including these Phillies in that mix. So I expect Bassett to be able to bounce back here. He got his deal. He got extended for next year with an option for the following year. So his future is pretty secure. So, but I still expect him to pitch well. You see the difference in the line because they're telling you how bad the Phillies bullpen is. But I mentioned it. I expect Wheeler to be able to go deep in this game. So the bullpen not being as big an issue for me. I took the full game under 7.5. Weather about 70 degrees, blowing out a little bit, but not enough for me to get scared. So yeah, I like the full game under, and yeah, we'll get into some props as well.
Yeah,
Man,
real quick, I like it.
Man, I like that under 7.5. Like I was already leaning. I was gonna bet the Mets full game, but it's like, fuck, those numbers are real, bro, versus these Mets. And betting baseball, the more often you look at these aces, when you go back to the last year's numbers, those are what tend to come out, guys. Like they're aces, bro.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say Wheeler's been dominant, this last month. Like you saw in the beginning when he was struggling, walks were up. He was having 3 or 4 walks. His Ks were lower, 4 or 5. Now look at these last 4 starts: 7, 7, 9, 10, 1, 1, 0, 0. He's not walking anybody. He's going deep. If he gets 7 innings with them, Phillies are in this game. I wanted plus money here, like with the Phillies. Like give me plus 115,
95 miles per hour, bro. He's back to 97. That was the big deal. If you looked at all the newspaper reports and shit,
Yeah.
his swing and miss percentages were down. Everything was down because his velocity. I mean, if you're throwing your fastball 2 miles per hour slower, that means your breaking balls are 2 miles per hour slower, and the spin isn't spinning. So with the velocity back up, but like Noli said too, maybe he's just a fucking slow starter in April. Maybe
exactly. Remember, we had a short spring. Boom. Yeah, exactly. They got rushed into it this year too. He's slow anyway, starter. So he's humming now.
Well, the 2 prize picks I'm going to give out on this show, I'll talk about at the end. But there is a prop that probably 1, 2, or maybe a few of us may be on, and I'm only going to talk about one guy. There's plenty of good guys with great fucking numbers off of fucking Zach Wheeler, guys. But I've got to go to Pete Alonso. He's 353 and 17 at bats off Wheeler. That's not crazy. That's 5 for 17. But in those 5 hits, his isolated power is 380. 170 is ridiculous, guys. He has a home run and 2 doubles in his 5 hits. So if he hits Wheeler, it's going for some bases. And 2+ bases is at plus 146. That's just too stupid. He has 2+ bases in 13 of 26 games in the month of May. It should be way lower. He has good power numbers off of him. So I'm going to bet me some Pete Alonso over 2+ bases personally. Yeah.
I like it.
And what are you looking at, Connor, for prop-wise?
Prize pick-wise, I'm going to stay off. For this prize picks on Sunday Night Baseball has not been good for me. So I'm not going to play any hitters. I mean, what do you think of these Wheeler and Bassett? What about their K props today, Sharpie? Break that down for me a little. What about this 5 and 6 with them?
That 6 is on prize picks is for Wheeler to me is easy fucking money. It's at a minus 209 on the books. In every game versus the Mets last year, he had 6 or more. So you're at least going to get a fucking push on that 6, and you're getting minus 209 at a value prop. So they're giving you even money on prize picks for that. So he's going to get 6. Every game last year versus the Mets, he had 6+. So you'll at least get a push, if not a win, with his strikeout prop. Where Bassett, I'm looking to run his fantasy score. 32.5. I expect a quality start. I expect 2 earned runs or less, 6 innings. And that gets over 32.5 with or without his strikeouts. Even though the strikeouts say they're going to be there with the walk and strikeout numbers that the Phillies do have. They are not walking at 7.4%. That's way below league average, and their strikeouts at 25%. So they're still top 10 in strikeouts and bottom 5 or bottom 10 in walking. So the strikeouts should be there, and the innings should be there too with their average. Their OPS numbers are somewhat disturbing at times with Harper in the lineup, but if he can get through Harper, he's got a great ground ball. He can get you the double play when he wants. Like, he doesn't rely on the strikeouts. He will get the ground ball when he needs it. So I would look at his fantasy score.
Real quick, my lone guy would be Harper. Hits and walks over 1.5. I mean, he's the guy I really want. I'm going to talk about Castellanos. Has decent numbers. I think he's 7 for 17 with a homer. I'll get to him later. I might take 1 or 2 guys jack-wise since Didn't give out really any jacks today. Sunday, I try to keep it down here. Sunday, the jacks come to die.
They died
So,
along
yeah.
with overs.
Yes, definitely with the over. So, but Harper, I'd look at the lone prize picks. I mean, hits, walks,
Catch
over
the
1.5. He'd be
under
the guy.
first 5 in the Sox with the fucking goose eggs on both sides.
Beautiful.
Stroman shows up in big games. I love it.
Great work. I like it.
What are you looking at props wise, my guy? Mr. Hot Hand, who didn't bet props at the beginning of the year, but now bets them every day because he's hot as fuck.
I mean, yeah, they're fun. It's a little game within the game. It's a little entertaining. I like doing them single. I don't do too many parlays, but you mentioned Nick Castellanos. Yeah, 7 for 17 with 3 doubles and a home run against him. But not just that. Last 3 games has been on fire. 5 of 13 last 3 games. 2 doubles, and so some that I like to see with him, seeing the ball very well. And another thing you mentioned, a home run prop might not be too bad with him. Hasn't hit a home run since May 10th, so something that I circled here. So something that might be interesting to look at there, especially with the good numbers against Bassett on the other side. So some might be looking at Castellanos. On the other side, I'm looking at Lindor. That's the one I'm taking. Lindor's been on an absolute tear as of late. He's 4 of 14 with a double against Wheeler. But more importantly, last 6 games, he's on a 6-game hitting streak, 10 for 22. Of those 10 hits, 6 of them are for extra base hits, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, and 14 RBIs in those 6 games. I'm going to be riding the hot hand with Lindor. Yeah, give me Lindor right now.
Man, we believe in signs, Noli. You said May 10th. May 10th is my birthday, bro. I think we're betting that home run prop today, motherfucker.
I'm on it already.
Hey, let's
just
All
there
right.
you go. Kill the messenger. I'm on him. I'm gonna have one more. So.
All right. Well, we're gonna hit a quick commercial and get into our best bets, and then call it a fucking day. So, shout out to you guys. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. 36 in here live. You guys fucking rock. But yeah, let's hit this commercial. And go on over to Manscaped. Use promo code PUBSPORTS, man. Hedge your balls, not your bets, and you might get a little bit of love from your woman, guys. So use that fucking promo code and smash the fucking like if you haven't. So, best bets
Smash
wise.
that shit.
Best bets wise, guys. I'm only on 2 bets so far this game. So, and the more and more I hear about it, guys, yes, Wheeler's been fucking good, but yeah, we all love some hitters on the other side of that, dude. And I like the pitcher. So give me the Mets money line at minus 115, guys. At the end of the day, even if Wheeler's good, I think Bassett matches him, and then we get into the better bullpen. So give me Mets at a pick 'em price. So minus 115, please and thank you. Noli, what's your best bet?
Mine, like always, going to an under, going full game under. Something that I like. Also, something that I forgot to mention. Jeff McNeil under. Something that I was kind of looking at. He's a 3 of 21 with 6 strikeouts versus Wheeler. So a guy that actually has a lot of hits. A guy that actually leads the team in hits, high batting average, but I like his under today.
And he doesn't strike out, bro. Like, that's the thing. Hi, little mamas. Hi. She's my favorite, guys. If you didn't already know, she approves of Sharpie and is my #1 fan. So she breaks Noli's bobblehead dolls, and she's a Sharpie supporter. She's my favorite.
Yeah, I got him out, so they'd beware.
So, C-Mac, what you looking at today? What's your best bet?
I don't have a best bet because I usually go side and total, but I'll give you the jacks. I don't give out jacks really anymore.
Hey,
People
do we
always
got do we
yelling
got
at
the
me.
promo? Do we got the promo for the Jack, or is it's just not gone? It's not
I
here
don't
no
know. It
more.
might be dead.
Well,
But
see you
No,
later.
it might be
yeah,
dead.
there you go.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Booyah.
Well,
See you later. Okay. Castellanos, you guys mentioned it. I got plus 475. He's still even plus 450. Hasn't hit a jack in a while. He's the guy. The other one is just, you guys got on top of it, is probably one you're not going to go with. Alonzo Lindor is a good price at 500. I'm not going there. And I've gotten already a couple jacks with Lindor already this year. I'm going Dominic Smith, the guy who has no home runs this year, who is not hitting well, plus 700. Dominic Smith 8 for 20 off Wheeler with not a homer, but give me that price. Dominic Smith goes yiggity yak.
he's calling his first Jack of the fucking year, bro. This might be legendary status, bro. Legendary. Well,
Throws them on the table, huh?
nuts on
Damn.
the table, bro. Golly. Woo. Well, shout out for you guys. Hey, tell them Noli where they can find you if they don't already fucking know.
You can find me at Noli Knows on Twitter. Put out plays here and there, but you can find most of my info right there.
And C-Mac with the pack. If they don't know, where can they find you?
Just find me right here, Pub Source Radio on Twitter. Connor Mac Picks. Like I said, always hit me up. As Sharpie always says, I'm always down. I tell people you could DM me, throw me a message. I always love to talk baseball with people or any sport, especially that I'm betting. I love to talk about it. And that's it. Thanks for having me on, brother. I always appreciate you bringing me on. I have a great time. I love it. So thank you.
This was fun this Sunday, guys. I really appreciate you guys for coming in. We definitely got some viewers. We definitely got some people in here because of you guys, not because of me. They don't show up on Sunday when it's just me. So
you're
guys
good. You're killing it, brother. If you're making money, they'll come. They will come.
Two people I enjoy speaking baseball with more than most. So let's cash some fucking tickets today. Go on over to Prize Picks. Use promo code PUBSports. Your first match deposit up to $100. They will match deposit it. So use promo code PUBSports. My 2 Prize Picks plays I'm on today. We're taking Wheeler's K-prop over 6. He's had 6 in every game versus the Mets last year. It's minus 209 on the books, and you get a push on that. Chris Bassett, I expect a fantasy start. The strikeout should be there by the numbers, but they're also not hitting. So I want the fantasy score. I want the quality score, the quality start built into it. And I have a bet on him winning the game. So that's an extra 6 points if he gets the dub. So that's Prize Picks. That's Noli. That's C-Mac. And I'm fucking Sharpie Bets. Until next time, let's cast.